Hello Sagittarius and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess. This is your weekly love reading. It is a little bit, sorry George, my rooster. It is a little bit late. I am sorry. I'm just out of whack with my schedule this week. Energy has just been pulled this way and that way. And every time I sit down to do the reading, something else turns up. But I'm still doing them. Only just a little bit late, Saggy. These are general love readings. And when I say love readings, I just mean a connection that you have with somebody. So it doesn't have to necessarily be a romantic love. It's just a connection that you have. So it could be a friend, it could be a workmate, could be family, it could be anyone. So we'll just see what resonates. It may or may not resonate because it is a general reading and they're not time specific. So you just kind of get them when you get them, and that is the right time if it resonates for you. So let's get started, Saggy. And with all of my readings, if you do want to skip the intro or the shuffling, there will be a timestamp in the box below, in the description box below. So Wolf has just popped out for you guys. I'm just going to pull one more for Sagittarius. What more do we need for Sagittarius? And Vulture. Wolf and Vulture. Okay. Do you know what? Vulture came out upside down and I turned it up and I really feel like it is upside down. I feel like you're the wolf, Sagittarius, and the personal connection you're dealing with is Vulture. Now, if you put these back up, both are presenting from the element of air. Oh, no, they're not. Sorry. I'm wrong. Sorry, Saggy. So, okay, what's happened is that they're both, if I turn Vulture upside down, they're both presenting from the element of earth. Okay, this is making a little bit more sense. So I feel like you're the wolf. The wolf is very much the person, the protector, somebody that actually looks out for others, that has a real connection, very good emotional intelligence, very much kind of always in the back of your mind where your family members are, what they're doing, always making sure, not in a creepy way, more in a just checking in that they're okay, that the people or your tribe around you are okay. And so here we have the vulture who's turned itself upside down, and they're trying to present that they're okay to you. But the reality is they're not. They're trying to go, yeah, I'm okay. I'm like you. I'm all good. You know, I'm like you. I'm an earth energy as well. I'm grounded. I'm all good. And you're like, no, you're not. You're actually a vulture. You're meant to be in the element of air. Stop trying to fool me. I know you're not okay. And they're kind of almost, part of them is doing this because they know you'll see straight through them. And there's a part of them that can't admit that they are actually struggling and feeling really sad inside. They are not used to showing vulnerability, but they feel safe with you. So this is their way of saying, actually, I'm not okay. But it's in this really kind of reverse way of doing it. Luckily, you know them well enough to know exactly what their pattern is and how they show their emotion, which is not to show it, but to show it in this other way where they pretend they're okay. If this is making a lot of sense, Sagittarius. Now, the vulture, when it's turned up the right way, is this wonderful, amazing, karmic cleansing energy. It might be someone wanting to clean, wanting to sort everything out, wanting to, it's a really powerful, transformative energy. When it's upside down, it's kind of, somebody that they might be a bit of a mess. Their situation, their house could be a mess. They could be not looking after themselves. They could be disheveled. They could be resisting change. They could be not dealing I feel like they're just not coping with what's happening at the moment. And so, yeah, they're definitely somebody who is, just pretending to be okay when they're not. But it's this funny little game where you both know that they're not okay and they know that you know. So, but I feel like they trust you, which is why they're playing this weird little game with you. So let's get some clarifiers for you, Sagittarius. It's their weird way of saying I need help. Saggy, it's kind of a weird way of saying that. So let's get some clarifiers here. And yeah, I feel like your person is in a fairly negative mindset. They might be thinking, why is this happening to me? Because when everything's been karmically cleansed, when the vulture's up the right way, it's this sense of things happening for a reason, and it actually feels good. You know, I'm finally getting rid of stuff or energies that I don't need. But they're holding on and clinging on to energies. They're not clearing them out. Okay. We have for you the Page of Cups, the Death card, here we go, and the Four of Wands. For them, we have the Four of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Star card. Okay, beautiful. So let's start with you, shall we? Sagittarius. The Wolf card is also, like, funnily enough for me, a bit of a scorpionic energy, and here we have the Death card, which is also Scorpio energy. So I don't know if any of you have Scorpio in your chart, but it's a real sense of, it's kind of a psychic ability to connect to people and to know what's happening. You don't really need to talk, but you will know what's happening under the surface. So this is kind of, you're kind of saying, don't offer me anything dodgy here. I understand they're kind of the Page of Cups coming to you going, oh, here I am, here, this is what I've got to offer. And, you know, and you're like, it's fishy. There's a fish in that cup. And you're like, I can smell that a mile off. I know what you're saying or what you're offering is not true. It's not right. So, yeah, you just kind of come in like that horse and that Death card and just kind of go, bam, transform everything. I'm not putting up with any of this crap. Things need to change. You might be resisting change, but here comes change, and you're not going to be able to you're not going to be able to resist that. But what happens with that is you move towards that Four of Wands energy, which is building a really solid foundation. And it actually could be making some changes around your home as well, around making your home a much happier place where there's some really stronger foundations. And if it's not actually your physical home, it's around building a stronger foundation in your relationship. So this change that they're resisting, you're kind of enforcing, and it's going to have a really positive outcome. So for them, they're like, it's almost like they've been knocked for six by something. They've been a little bit flattened. They might have been having a period of ill health, or a period of just needing to have some rest, some good sleep, whatever, trying to regain some perspective on a situation here with this Four of Swords energy. But I think that, and I don't feel like that was a particularly bad space for them, but I feel like they've come to a realization about what's going on for them on a deeper level that they're not sharing with people. Well, not verbalizing, they're sharing it with you, but in a non-verbal way, if that makes sense. So, you know, sometimes it's it's that thing of saying, I'm okay, and you know they're not okay. So they have actually done a lot of work on themselves to try and get themselves to try and understand the situation that they're in. They have managed to find some kind of semblance of a higher ground here with that King of Cups being able to make it look like they've mastered their emotions, and some of them may have even done that. But there's also this sense of they've retreated to a safe place with their emotional space where they're surrounded by all this choppy water, all these emotions around them that are whirling around, and they're like, I'm the King of Cups. I'm not going to dip my toe back in because I know that doesn't feel good. So I'm going to hang out up here in this safe place. But so what happens though is, it's moving towards such a positive resolution here, because then we have the Star card, which is connecting into soul and spirit and feeling replenished, wishes coming true. So they're going to move into such a much more positive space, and that choppy, turbulent water, which represents choppy, turbulent emotions, has been transformed into this water here that is replenishing. It's nourishing for their soul. It's like okay, all those emotions just suddenly disappeared. They might be connecting to their faith again, but this is divine spirit coming in and sending healing and blessings to them as well. So there is a lot of positive energy around them. I think that they have decided to change, but they kind of needed you to help them through it. So let's pull a card for the connection here, Saggy. Let's pull a card for the connection from the universe about this connection with this person that's coming through. We have be spontaneous, which again, if you see that 3 and the 1, it adds up to a 4. And that's exactly what I feel like we're moving towards here with that 4 of Wands energy, creating stability within a relationship, or just creating stability in general, whatever that means. So this be spontaneous energy, I feel like, it's just you pulling them out of that stagnant space and saying it's okay to play. Let's have a bit of fun. Let's just do something. It doesn't have to be, obviously, like a lot of people are restricted and stuck inside at the moment, but it can be something inside. It's like, oh, let's play a game, or let's do this, or let's do that. So it's remembering to connect into that inner child energy of playing and having fun still. So I think that's going to have a really positive effect on this relationship. So what message do we have for you from the angels, Sagittarius? What do you want to say to Sagittarius angels? It says, ask your angels. So really what this card is saying is the angels are saying they want you to connect in. And as I was saying, there's a real divine connection with your person that you're dealing with they're connecting into the divine, and it's kind of helping them. It's kind of saying for you to do that too, to connect into that higher vibrational energy, that higher source energy, whatever or however you interpret that. You may not be thinking of it as an angel, but it could be something totally different. It's just saying tune in, because I feel like very intuitively, like the wolf energy is a very intuitive character. And in order for the wolf to get these really clear, pure, intuitive messages, to be a pure channel, they need to kind of connect into that higher vibrational divine energy. So, and I feel like, yeah, your angels probably do have some messages for you. They kind of just want you to connect in on that level. So let's pull out some cards for the outcome for you, Sagittarius, for this energy, for where it lies at the moment. And as you know, relationships and energy between connections can shift and change so fast. So this is the energy for where this is the outcome for where this energy lies at this moment. Next week, it could be something totally different, but we'll see. What can we get for Sagittarius? We have the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, you've got 2 knights. You've got 2 knights. So I think what's going to happen is that this person very swiftly is going to get themselves out of a situation where they're feeling bound and stuck, and it's really their own thoughts that are limiting them. The Eight of Swords is all around self-imposed kind of limitations in relation to your thoughts, and then they'll just like, that character in the Eight of Swords could very easily remove those binds. They're not very tight around them, so this feeling of being stuck is actually self-imposed. But that Knight of Swords energy is the fastest moving energy. It's just kind of like, bang, all right, I'm out of this now. I can get myself out of this. It's just like they have this sudden realization and they've broken free of that feeling of being stuck. And so then the two of you move into this Knight of Pentacles energy, which is actually really lovely. It's moving forward slowly, on a physical level. Like, it looks like it's not barely moving, this horse, but it's actually moving forward, seeing this as a new opportunity to move forward and make something solid and really stable together. That's, you're thinking long term as well here. So there's no need to rush into it. A bit of good planning along the way is actually going to have wonders. You're going to create wonders for this relationship in this night. So as soon as this person can kind of free themselves from this mental state that they're in where they're feeling a bit stuck, then I think it's going to be, everything's just going to be back on track again. So I hope that makes sense, Sagittarius. If you'd like to hear more, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment. Stay safe and take care. Bye.